after the lost city of Scala. Let's continue. Molda. Wait, what do you mean? We're doing another one? First Justinian and now Ehrenwald. It would seem there's much amusement to be at my expense. Honestly, I might as well go adventuring with Alize. Cry about Elf. The Butcher's Blood? What the hell is this about? All jesting aside, we must tell people the good news, and I think Lise should be the first. Seconded. She's bound to be delighted. Oh! If I am no longer needed, then I shall take my leave. Thanks again, and say hello to Gma for me. Say hello to Gma, Molda. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names with capital letter apostrophe. Now then, there's to be a meeting of representatives from across Alamigo, so Lise is sure to be in the city. Oh, don't make me sit in on the meetings, please. Just don't do it to me, game. Just don't do it to me. Get out of here. You weirdo. Oh, you really look pleased with yourselves. What have you been up to? We're millionaires, by the way.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
I'm glad you asked, Lise, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna like the answer. We're loaded. We are loaded. Or she's gonna be mad. You're joking. The Mad King's Trove? I thought that it was a myth. So did plenty of people. But they didn't have Farnzy and Elfino in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I hope that it goes towards alleviating the suffering of Alamigo's poor. Gods, if there's as much as you say. Okay, do I get like 10% at least? Ehrenwald did not exaggerate, I assure you. We cannot hope to carry even a fraction of it out on our own. I have taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you will assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route to where the treasure lies. Understood. I'll make sure every coin is accounted for, and that goes for the spending of it as well. Thank you. Oh, there's one other thing. When the time comes to draw up a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Elf. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out sacks of gil won't solve everything, but I couldn't rightly tell you what to do instead. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you could give us. Farnzy gets 50% of it. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. Commander, we've got a problem. Oh no. Deep breaths, tell me what's happened. While I over-emote. A mob's gathered outside headquarters, and they've started making demands. You'd best come see for yourself. Dude, it's always something. It's always something.
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
What?
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
What is happening?
Bring her out! Bring her out!
What's going on?
Who do we have?
Someone let slip about Fedora.
Oh, right, I forgot.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Butcher the... Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down!
Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye, and my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
I mean, they're not wrong. Like,
So that's what all the fuss is about. Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo. Hey, who's this?
who's this?
That's the Bull of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves, and for generations yet unborn.
Raubon is literally like the best character.
When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
A bunch of weirdos.
I know you're right, I do, but I can't.
So good. That's why I wish everything was voiced. I know it would take so much work and everything, but it's just better than me having to read everything. Oh, no, stop. My thanks, Raubon. Listen to their anger, I can feel myself being swept away. It's a difficult tide to stem. 'Twas the same rage which brought us to our feet and carried us to victory. But now the war is over, all the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Aye, and it's not just here. We've reports of mobs forming all over. They've been targeting folk known to have cooperated with the Garleans. It starts with insults most often, then someone picks up a stone. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Xenos and officers. It was grim. Yikes. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. Well, that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I beat them a gun. Who are the representatives exactly? Oh, village elders, refugee leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. We've even invited the Ananta and the Q-Credit to participate. Alamigo stands at a crossroads, and this meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Gargonzola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Fordola herself, I completely forgot about her. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She herself has to be put to death. Nago's like, I'm done with her, okay? Let's just kill her. Nago, I already explained why we wouldn't do that. Sending her to the gallows may satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated, and everyone who didn't resist? There'd be no one left. It would be no better than Theodric and Xenos. Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fordola? Only I caught a glimpse of her past. A moment of it anyway, during the fight. She's done terrible things, unforgivable things, but in some ways, she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born, and that's something I can understand. Oh, right, Ehrenwald had like the echo or something during that fight. Right. Alright, speak with the prison guard when you're ready, and I'll come and join you. I want to talk to her too. Oh great, we're talking to Fordola. I'll return to my duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility where they gave Fordola her powers. Be fairly warned, friends. She will test you. Don't let your emotions color your judgment when she does. Raban, you are a man of wisdom. I love you. Thus, I am scared every time you are a part of a story cutscene or anything like that. Speak with the guard and we'll go in all together. We're going in there all right. There's more to her than meets the eye. And yeah, she was kind of brainwashed. Well, I don't know if brainwashed is the correct term. I don't remember enough, but they did give her like special powers in some kind of fricked up lab. You have the commander's permission to enter then? I think so. Give me voice acting or give me death.
Well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you? Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men. And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
Okay, kill her.
That's a lie, and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
Am I about to see Fardola for who she really is? Not the staticky TV. Baby
Come along,
Garganzola.
Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right!
And why are they dressed like to go into a winter area? The man has fur
Father,
on.
what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Okay, kill him.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
Dude, this dude's talking a lot of shit for having that kind of facial hair. Like, do you have a mirror? What are you doing there? What's your plan?
Fadola!
Traitors!
Oh my goodness, he took the stone right to the spine.
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
We're citizens. We have rights.
I'm scared.
Just move. Get up and run.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive. Traitors! Traitors!
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Did that rock kill him?
Fadola, please! You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier? Oh, gods! What have you done to your face?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time.
Ansfrid and Rudolph? That's who you're teaming with?
It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
They have a secret handshake? Oh, whoever's messing with them are screwed. I mean, Pops probably should have just grabbed her and, like, ran out of the stone circle. But, I mean, Baldy also threw a 120 mph fastball at him. And I don't think he was surviving that. Baldy threw that from downtown.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
Well, I didn't mean to.
And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led! The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Excuse me? The hell was that? She's in my head. We're having head battle. Or mind games. Don't ever refer to it as head battle ever again. It's mind games.
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone. they've done to you. The lies, the betrayal, the endless fighting. Yet there you stand, unbroken. How? Why?
For Dola, it's called the power of having a good support circle. Okay. For those I have lost. For those I can yet save. Ooh, ooh, goosebumps. Sheesh.
Damn you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it.
You still have time, Ford Corolla.
Let's go.
Ah, do you see that little sewer drain there? She could fit in there. She's sneaky. Just feed me voiced cutscenes all the time. Like, the story shines during those voiced cutscenes. Like, they're just so much more impactful. What did I get? The measure of our reach. Thank you. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Sorry about that, I let my emotions get the better of me. That's okay. We're all angry. How'd he go? Echoes of an echo. I don't know what we solved. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about. Aye, and I found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Farnzy, but the visions only come to me every now and then. And the way Fordola kept wincing, though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. It's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who is born with the echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? While the Immortal Flames have been scouring the research facility ever since deliberation, there's a chance they might have some answers for us. General Alden's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? Yo, anytime we can visit Raubon, I'm there. I am there, ready to chat with him at all times. Okay, this dude is obviously doing the exact same storyline that I am. I've seen him many times. General Alden is inside. Will you be joining him? Yes, I will. This place is scary. I see, and it's been so long since I've done story. I'm kind of like forgetting what's going on. This place is scary. That's good. Let's chat. Oh, come on, let us talk to Raubon. Yeah, okay. What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it? Yeah, she's angry. Yes, as expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Ehrenwald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance, if you have time to lend a hand. Okay, I'll go check out the Match Tech pod, I guess. The device in which Kral was held seems to be more ominous, now that you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked supply subject, while this one bears the label master subject. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices. I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the aether of the occupant. Save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure different waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. What else am I looking for here? A random piece of paper? I knew it. Idle conversation prohibited, eating and drinking prohibited. The fallen scrap of parchment appears to list facility regulations, but nothing of any interest. So many bodies, every one of them of victims. Oh, these are body bags. Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible aether extraction. Such a miserable way to die. Don't mind me standing on the table. I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operations would be much appreciated. Farnzy, shall we start with you? Well, I don't know anything. Taking the combination with the testimonies of Kral and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with aether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Kral, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Kral's echo. I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Kral is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. The soldiers who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there's a sentry at her door, night and day, if she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past. You don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what it'd do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed, as you may recall, Yazael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Reisfelger's past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, it will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these godforsaken procedures, and Fardola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish. Not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. Okay. I was waiting to see that stupid little crowd run by. I go looking for answers about the Echo and end up getting schooled by Rabban. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. Dude, Rabban has been around for a long time, okay? Of course they listen to him. General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lise. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. Thank you, Al. I know, but I also know that I won't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? 'Tis a quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the life they built in Ul'dah, or start again in the land of their birth. Farnzy, a moment. Pippin? I love Pippin. I'm newly returned from Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Well, I must away and attend to other business. Until next time, my friends. Pippin, you just come and you go that fast? Pippin! An audience with the Sultana? Depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Yes, we'd all like to know about those, Alphanode. But not everyone's as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of them, Farnzy. I know I could learn so much from Rabban. He decided to stay, but it's his choice. And I'm not about to try and persuade him. Ul'dah needs him too. I thought I heard a crab land. Oh no, we're at the point where we're getting food. The Sultana's strings. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasures to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Ehrenwald? I'm at your beck and call. And I should be getting back to my own tasks. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins and then start preparing for a big meeting. Oh, send Nanmo my regards, Farnzy. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on your return. Going to see Potato Nanimo. Where do we go? Where do we go? We go to the Chamber of Rule. Ba 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 ba. Oh, Bartholomew. I'm here to speak to my friend. You are expected. Please proceed. Thank you.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
Yes, I have.
The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Rauban and his future.
Rauban is fine.
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears. Might I have your company for a brief adventure? Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Nana putting on her adventure gear. Gonna make me cry. Gonna make me cry, Nanamo. Where the hell? Where are we going? One of the Adventurers Guild? Nanamo, I've been busy since we've last spoke, okay? I've been busy. Fishing. Where am I going? Adventurers Guild. What do you think of Lyra, the Merchant's Daughter? This is the disguise I don when I wish to leave the palace. Let's check it out. Yeah, I guess so. Ordinarily, Papa Sean would accompany me, but for this particular outing, I needed an advisor, not a minder. Where's Papa Sean at? And this is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life, in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the gates of Nald. Just beyond the gates of Nald? Okay, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It would take longer if I teleported. Look at all these level 1 enemies. Careful, Nanimo. Careful. Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugees camp in squalor, at the mercy of the elements and Thanalan's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow the people as it is. And unless blessed by the hand of Nalt himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity, yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. You have done your best, Your Grace. Then my best has not been good enough. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy hair. I had a feeling she was going to say that. Oh my goodness, Nanimo, you're so freaking fast. Nanimo's fast as hell. She already got here? How am I supposed to compete with Nanimo? Zoom in. She put on her sprint shoes. Stop yelling at me about the mount can fly no higher. Is that an animal right here? Yeah. What are we looking at, an animal? Oh, who's that little fart over there? He's scared. It was here, in this holy, unremarkable place, that my mother and father met their doom. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection of our interests in eastern Thanalan, when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Rabban once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely crave, but I refused. Even if my parents' deaths were orchestrated by the monetarists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours. I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price of my naivety. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarist's damnable games. Forgive my outburst. You are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. I casually ran over the Sultana with my motorbike. It was an accident. She's tougher than she looks, okay? She is tougher than she looks. Genevieve. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years I simply signed where I was told to sign, sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter in my life, for it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Rabban. The match I had been invited to attend was not at all what I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight. One man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring. the gambling ring, which had arranged for Raubon to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raubon had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess that I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But as you know, Raubon is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the syndicate. And then I had my blade. The echo is becoming much more prominent. You do not even stand a chance, okay? Don't even think about it.
You mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Raubon!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar. And so, as tradition dictates, Raubon Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
We're getting a lot of Raubon backstory, which scares me. Words gonna well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Shan's love for me is as that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Raubon, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. It was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. Aww. Now you see how she outran you? That's true. She can schmoove. Sultana's duty. We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan Sworn for long, and there are other places I would visit. To the Arzaneth ossuary? Okay. Yeah, be right there. See you soon, my dear Sultana. When the calamity threatened, Raban led the Alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cardno, and I remained here. Since that day, I've made a custom of visiting this shrine during each of my little excursions. Here I seek the blessing of Thal, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling the auto text advance. You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. If I'm to be Sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Ul'dah. I have chosen my path, Farnzy. With Alamigo now freed from imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Already, many displaced Alamegans seek to begin the long trek home. To facilitate that process, I've made a small contribution, an artisan's school in Rhaegar's Reach, for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time the Eldon Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary funds is, of course, another question. Might you ask a member of the Syndicate for advice? A wise suggestion. Mayhap a visit to the Gold Saucer is in order. Its proprietor is a member of the Syndicate, and he is one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Manderville? Yeah, many times. That dude's a lunatic. Then I need not explain his eccentric nature. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see the word is sent to the Gold Saucer. Godbert should be only too glad to receive us. Yeah, hopefully he's not just in his undies like always. Every time I see Godbert, he's in his undies. Wait, how the hell do I get to where I need to go? Is it Hustings? No, where do I go? The airship landing through here. Oh god, just go here and I'll just run there. Yeah, he's eccentric, alright. Well, you can tell he did the airship landing? Aha! That works. Yeah, nice. Thank you. I've ridden aboard a public airship before, but this shall be my first visit to the Gold Saucer. What? Oh, Nanimo, I hope you brought the money. We're gambling. Oh. Nanimo, are you ready? Are you ready to win all the money for the refugees? I had heard descriptions of its splendor, yet I have never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting. No, I couldn't possibly. We did not come here to fritter away the royal coin. Oh, fair, I understand, I get it. Godbert would be expecting us. Come, let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these gaudy temptations. Nanimo, just one. Just one time. You think Nanimo got up here by jumping on that? I believe this is where we are to meet Lord Manderville. Shall we sit while we await his coming? Oh, he'll be here soon. Is he going to be in his suit or his undies? My apologies, Your Grace. I have kept you waiting. I couldn't find my clothes. No apologies are necessary, Godbert. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice. When the intrepid Farnzy Highwind and the Sultana herself come calling, there is no more important engagement. Oh, you flatter me. I don't even know who you are. As to the purpose of my visit, I would have your thoughts on how the Crown might best aid the refugees residing in Thanalan. You are aware, I am sure, that many of Alamigo's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland. And you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might be best distributed? The unusual circumstance of our meeting and your Grace's choice of companion would suggest to me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. My advice to you is stop. Taxing Ulda's wealth to save Alamigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. You oppose my proposition? Most emphatically, I agree with your Grace that the refugees must have housing and employment. But what profit is there for Ulda in this arrangement? Profit? After all you've done for Girabania's displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek to benefit from their misfortune. Forgive me, Your Grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it not? For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Ulda's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin, not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Alamigo, it is unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your Grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill. Yeah, you make a lot of sense, okay? Indeed. In any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interests of the people of Ulda. Exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Alamigans, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. You have given me much to ponder, Lord Manderville. I thank you for your candor. Why did I look so proud? I looked so proud of little Nanimo. Yeah, he definitely made sense there. Like, the Sultana's resolve. Profit. The thought never even crossed my mind. But standing about lamenting my naivety will not do anyone any good. I shall consider my lesson learned and press on. Farnzy, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? My attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit. It would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Ordinarily I would not trust any agent of the East Eleanor Trading Company. But if you hold this Hancock fellow in high esteem, I am content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Kugane and speaking with him on my behalf. Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Now, assuming you will travel as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Aetheryte in Ul'dah. A fair journey to you, Farnzy, and a swift one, if you please. I gotta go talk to someone else I never trusted from the minute I met him. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You can't mount in the gold saucer. Haha. Look who it is. Foot Penis himself. Farnzy, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here on business? I beg your pardon. Her Grace the Sultana would have my opinion on how best to invest the wealth of Ul'dah? My dear Farnzy, I have you to thank for this recognition, I am sure, and I am flattered that you came to me, truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Upon masters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolorito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his garderobe with gold. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say at the Scion's former headquarters in Thanalan. The Waking Sands? No. Screw you. The Waking Sands would seem a suitable neutral venue for negotiations, don't you think? Very well, Farnzy, and may your dealings prove fruitful. I had to come all the way here just to go back. I also like how Nanimo was like, I know how adventurers travel. I'll meet you at the main Aetheryte in Ul'dah. Won't be in unmountable locations forever. I'm blocking you. Thanks, Bean Flicker. Nanimo, some dude with the name Dorito wants to talk to us. Lolo Dorito? Did your merchant friend have any useful advice? No, he's kind of an idiot. With Lolo Rito, and you agreed to this? I'm well aware of his standing in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monitors at arm's length, and him in particular. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule Ul'dah effectively. Very well, I will meet with Lolorito. Let's go head to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. No, I don't want to see Lolo Dorito. I'm also trying to remember if he's the one that we're supposed to hate. Do we hate Lolorito? So this is where the Scions first... Wait, did they just ship me right to the Waking Sands? To work then. The hour of meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have appointed room for ourselves. Wait, what?
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
Nanimo jumps up behind him, slits his throat. That's for Raubon, you piece of shit. Is he the one that conspired against Raubon? At the end of A Realm Reborn? Or is it the other one? I know there's two of them, I just don't remember the names. Oh, I would suplex him right through that table.
You have made your point.
Oh, Teleji
It is
Agilegi.
indeed
That's the piece of
unsettling
shit,
to
yeah.
find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
Lolorito was just scheming.
There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira?
Oh, Lolorito knows everything. Ooh, you're so smart. Let's see how smart you are when I chop your head off. Throw the lamp at you.
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito. But shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say, I'm most eager to hear your proposal.
Why is happy music playing? I don't trust this little shit as far as I could throw him.
I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate.
Teleji Adeleji. Oh, right, he's dead. I forgot about that.
But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make
forgot he got
this
dusted.
an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more.
Wait, is this a Lolorito that we're like supposed to like him now?
To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar. Ha! I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
Oh, don't actually ask me. I think maybe Alighieri? I don't know.
Yes, if a stable trade route can be established between Uldar and Alamigo, then Alighieri would once more become an important waypoint. But while such growth would greatly benefit its current residents, I'm afraid it could sustain little beyond that.
Okay, well then if you know, just say it, okay? How about that? If you know, just... You just tell me. Let's not play the game. You obviously know.
A quarry town certainly does carry the potential for profit. At least it would do were it situated anywhere near a lucrative market. It would cost more to transport the materials than they are worth, in my humble opinion.
Clearly you want me to say the Saltery.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltery and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gill.
Wait, we're gonna be dealing with salt?
The local citizens will need to be consulted.
That's the plot of
course,
Triangle Strategy.
But I trust the East Aldenard Trading Company can
The
be
Great
relied
Salt
upon
War.
to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders, just as Your Grace desired.
A deal is struck then.
Shake on it. If I shook Lolorito's hand, I would just wave him around. It would just be like, there would be no handshake, he'd just be flailing. Yo, Dash. I fear it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations. But I shall not complain. We have piqued Lolorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you. I could not have done it without you. No worries. None of this stuff sells. I'm just gonna take the 1,000 gil and leave. Or, like, should I take the food? Try to sell it? I don't know. I feel like the food, if you sell it, is worth way more than 1,000 gil. Securing the sultry. Where's the peppery? Of course, our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin working on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Farnzy, I would ask that you convey the details of negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamigo. My thanks again. Together we have laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises to benefit the peoples of Alamigo and Alda both. You damn right we have. Although, I'm not sure what's happening. Bum, 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 bum. I want to make a funny joke and ask if I'm out of the Stormblood post Stormblood quests yet. Welcome back. How was your audience with the Sultana? It was fine, honestly. I learned a lot about Raubon, which scares me about his future, but for right now, we carry on. It's raining in the cutscene. Farnzy, you're back. What did Nanimo... Oh, sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana? Yeah, shit got wild, okay? So Raubon says he's going to return to Alda, but she isn't sure he wants to. Tell us something we don't know. But I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping her refugees come home. Lise, why are you so sassy? And this plan to revitalize the Salary does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, Lise, assuming the interim government elects to accept Alda's proposal, I have one caveat I should like you to include in the bargain. Alamigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Alda to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Ooh, we're politicking. We're politicking. Honestly, Alchemo, it's like Kagane never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. Lisa's savage. Good God. First things first, though, we do need to discuss this proposal with the Sultan's residents. Wiskar, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what? I'd like to hear what? I'd like to hear what Watt thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along, Farnzy? I might need you to fill in the details. And I shall come as well. Should Watt wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. I get to go with Wish Cash here. Where is the Sultry even? Okay. Why do I feel like I'm being followed? Let's go and see Granddad. He's gonna want to hear this. What manner of mischief brings you young'uns to old Watt this time, eh? I want to rebuild the Sultry, Granddad. Farnzy, tell him to put the deal. Does anyone have an umbrella? Well, bugger me. We've never had the coin in our hands to put the place back to how it was, but it sounds like it's about to change. Just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to call the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Granddad, we'll take care of all that. Commander Hext has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. I'd appreciate that, Wiskar. My lad. Truly I would. Does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? I've been training, mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you? Think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach you how to deal with them? Yeah, of course. Why not, right? Let's not waste any time then. Yeah, let's stop wasting time then. Whilst you're busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what is required to restore the Sultry to its former glory. I like how it's just like, so you dealt with Shinryu, the big dragon god. You stopped the war. Peace is reigning over Alamigo. Now do the post-patch quests of rebuilding a town. Okay, fine. Right then, Farnzy, I've got a spyglass here. You need to take a closer look at these pests. Once you've got their measure, you can tell me what to do. What? His weak point is his face. Not his underbelly underneath the shell or anything like that, just his face. Okay. Deb's entire body is protected by a hard carapace. The underside of the head looks to be vulnerable. Oh, okay. Any suggestions? Yeah, run right at him. Run directly towards his jaws. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right, wish me luck. Like, he's not gonna die, I know that, but he's gonna come close to dying. I'm gonna have to save him. Oh, no, wow. Okay, never mind. Color me shocked. Thanks, Farnzy. I did just as you told me, and the wavekin went down like a sack of popitos. Like a sack of Loloritos. Let's find something else. Dude's out for blood. Oh, hey, it's the achievement fate. Hey, Whiskar, go fight that guy. I think I can handle the Abbeys now. Hey, let's find something else. Oh god, you're actually gonna go fight this guy? His weak point is his eye. Ba 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 ba. Fobat's hands are large and powerful. Destroying its crystallized core should render the cell golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. Have fun. Sand Tomb Burial. Just hit it really hard. Oh. Yeah, go fight it, buddy. You're good. He's just flat. He's just deflated. It's not easy fighting with the Liberator Valamigo, watching you move. Watching your every move, but I got the job done. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, no worries. Anyway, we should head back to the Saltery before Granddad starts to worry I've been snipped into pieces. See, you've returned in one piece. Yeah. I fought them myself. For a bit of instruction from Farnzy here. Once I've shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline safe. Good lad. A fine young man you've become, Whiskar. A fine young man indeed. Too often of late I hear tales of folks over in the city drunk on victory and hungry for revenge. Their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights on the future. On things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen. Another one down. 40,000 more to go. What is this? A weapon? A 370 weapon. What do I have right now? $385? Oh. It's fair. It's fair. I'm gonna get stuff that isn't great. But I'll open it when I am Gunbreaker. Get a weapon. It works. A blissful arrival. Alphino seems satisfied that he and Wok are of one mind. It seems Whiskar has the Saltery security well in hand. I, meanwhile, have discussed the next steps with Master Watt and completed my inspection of the site. With little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Message from General Alden. Apologies for the interruption, miss, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Do not feel obligated to wait around on my account. I'll remain here to hammer out the finer details with Watt and act as an intermediary with our business partners in Ul'dah. You should go. General Alden asked for you to wait for him by the main gate in the Alamegan corridor. My apologies again. No apologies. When Raubon calls, we answer. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Well, we're just gonna mount there. A blissful arrival seems like it might be good. Might be a good thing. I saw the shadow. Leave me alone. Whoa.
Apologies for the wait.
Never apologize. Ever.
People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal. Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
You don't want to ask me that. You don't want to ask me that. You don't want to ask me that. Their lives would be forfeit. Don't ask me. Sorry.
Hear, hear. There is no more fitting sentence for the perpetrators of such a massacre, and that is but one of their crimes. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
It'd be my honor to walk with you, my friend. And Pippin's here too.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilbert's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamegan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did.
Right, I completely, like...
Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't.
Like, I say this a bunch, but, like, the whole Ilbert turning on us was, like, a big point in the game. And in the game sense, that wasn't that long ago. But to me, it was literally, like, 5 years ago. So it's weird, like, jumping back in and doing this stuff, because it's, like... Right, like, in storyline-wise, it wasn't that long ago.
But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Do not tempt me.
But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
Good. I'm glad he made that decision. I guess Pippin isn't.
Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Renvold seems flustered? Dude, what do you mean he seems flustered? I was just on my way to the Saltery. It's lucky I saw you. What's going on? That took longer than I intended, but at least you know where I stand. Now that's settled, Ehrenwald, what news? We may have a problem, sir. A group of Ananta has arrived at the main gates. And I don't mean the Vera. These are Kalyana, the ones that summoned the Primal. They're insisting they be allowed to attend the council. Lisa's trying to reason with them. She may need help. Uh-oh. An invitation was extended to all of the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Kalyana would refuse it. We'd best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. Yikes, okay. Farnzy, you've dealt with these Kalyana before. I'd have you at my side. Once again, Rabon. You call, I answer. You say jump, I say how high. just want you all to know I just got a tell that says, I can see you. It's a literal horror movie. He's lost his damn mind. They've all lost their mind. Farnzy, Rabon. Gods, it's good to see you. Ah, the Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Girabania home. If this is true to your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and you are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. I reckon that's the closest we're going to get to a compromise. And we will have people standing guard. Aye, let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. Oh, I know what. This isn't where it hits the fan, okay? We're still fine. I trust him. Why do I have a feeling we've welcomed a viper into our midst? You don't say that! You don't say that! You don't say that! I just said I trust it. Turning the Kalyana away now would have made a mockery of Lisa's promise to give everyone a say. She couldn't not let them in. Well, she shouldn't have said everyone's welcome then, you know? Return of the Bull. Rabon seems unconvinced by the Kalyana's sincerity. Return of the Bull? That sounds interesting. But Kalyana's elder's intentions seem at odds with all we know of her tribe. What think you, Farnzy? The enthralled cannot be trusted. Aye, it is said that once a creature has fallen under the sway of a primal, there is no salvation, and I strongly doubt the Kalyana have suddenly broke free of Lakshmi's will. Whatever the truth, I would take no chances. The guard must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about primals. Can we rely on the silence? Don't make me say it again, Rabon. I'll round up our comrades and send them to the Alamigan quarter. You can go ahead if you like, Farnzy. My thanks. I will see you in the palace. Join your fellow Scions in the Alamigan quarter. My fellow Scions? Is the whole group gonna be here? Or is it just gonna be me and Al? Is it just me and Al talking? Or is everyone gonna be here? They're all here. Why did that make me emotional? Farnzy, I brought reinforcements. Arnvald told me of the arrival of our unexpected guests, and I agreed that it would be prudent to call upon Stola and Thancred as well. One can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled. What have you guys been up to? Haven't seen you in so long. What have you been up to? I'm not familiar with the Kalyana tribe myself, but Alisay's report suggested that they shunned contact with the other races. Despised it, in fact, even compared to the other Anantha. That's true. They're not all here, I guess I should say, but the two I haven't seen in forever are. Indeed, this apparent reversal in attitude is most curious. No one expected a response to our invitation, much less an envoy, and I imagine Lys was forced to make some rather hasty arrangements in order to accommodate them. Speaking of which, how should we deploy ourselves? If the meeting is to be held in the throne room, it would seem wise to have eyes both inside and outside the palace. Ishtola and I can stand guard without. That leaves the three of you to keep watch over proceedings in the throne room itself. Understood. We should join General Alden inside then. Farnzy, do you know of the rear entrance to the palace? It's on the eastern edge of the city, at the top of the stairs. The guard there should have been instructed to let us pass. Don't frick around, okay? This better just go smoothly. Don't stress me out. Why are there 3 people here right now watching a cutscene? Oh no. Oh no. You're with the Scions, miss? General Eldon left orders that you were to be escorted inside. If you'll follow me. Who's that little beast tribe guy? Who's that little guy?
Thank you all for coming. I am Lys Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Alamigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in? For me, it was that empty throne. It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place? Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Expertly done. Lys has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
Ow. Why would you say that? Calm down.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenfrid. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kalyana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
Easy. Easy.
Yananta, wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith. You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi!
Who let her in here?
Lady of bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage.
Stop her. Stop. Someone.
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
They were in the water.
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Goosebumps. Let's go home. No, stop looking. Stop looking. Oh shit, get out of here. Get out of here.
God damn it! The guards were already turned!
Dude, what?
Fools!
No, you don't!
Oh yeah, dead.
Liliana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvold to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
This is why you don't let everyone have a voice, okay? Why'd you bring her in here? Why'd you bring the primal person in here? Oh yeah, you got dusted, buddy.
Yeah, whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
There's only 4 of them.
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
Rob, I gotta talk to you quick. I gotta talk to you quick. You okay? You have a primal to fight. I don't decide to prepare? No. How do we fight her without leaving our allies wide open? We can't stay on the back foot forever. No, damn it. If I think like this, we've already lost. I have the Warrior of Light on my side. We can do this. You damn right. Isn't that right? Oh. Use the duty action deflect to dissipate the Aether Spheres. Lakshmi releases during the battle. Be warned that allowing an ally to be enthralled by an Aether Sphere will result in failure. Good God, what? Okay, well, let's dance. She means to enthrall everyone, we have to stop her. Oh, I like that. Oh, I really like what they do here with the text box now. The text boxes. I hope they keep that going.
Why, I offer you peace and serenity.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen this. Ehrenwald, get out of the way, buddy. Ehrenwald, are you gonna do one? Or is it up to me? Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. Holy shit. Get them when they cross streams. Ehrenwald, I need your help, man. There's a lot of them.
I shall free you from your hate.
Holy hell, do we even do... Okay, so we just don't do damage. Police, please come in here and save us. Bring someone in here, please.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
Wow, I don't have tears in my eyes. Oh, where is that big bitch? I'll cut us a path. No, get out of here, guys. Just leave. Lise, what's happening? No, go. Toast, get out of here. Yeah. Lay down your weapons. Ooh. Active time maneuver. Get my ass out of here. Get out, get out. Oh shit, Arenvald, get it, get it, buddy. Okay, nice of you to join us. Don't even question it. Bravo, don't even worry about it.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
No. Shut your mouth. Didn't hurt you, big bitch. Split up, team. Arenvald, why are you running at me, brother? Ow. Ow. Shit. Everyone get here, team. Get here, team. Get in here. Crawler, you're fine, you're fine. Dude, she's having a tough time. Dude, we're not doing enough damage. Oh, this has to be like timed or something. We're doing no damage. I'm trying to kill her now. For the record.
Here it comes.
Did we get her? So, did someone sneak in here and place crystals in the water?
We did it! We beat her!
Oh, we're seeing what she said to her. You gonna make me cry, video game?
What is this?
That's a sword.
I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the Echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Alamigo. Your choice.
Seven hells. It's her. The Butcher.
Uh-oh.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you. For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
That was just a random quest. What the frick? I think I shall make a habit of checking for primal influence before our meetings from now on. Yeah! Jistola, come on. We encountered our fair share of enthralled outside the palace. Oh right, Thancred and Jistola were outside the palace, probably fighting for their lives. Oh, well fought, Farnzy. Ehrenwald, that was a near thing. Yes, it was. Maybe don't invite them, but to any more town council meetings. Aye, our stand against the Kalyana would have been brief. Indeed, had you not volunteered for guard duty. We'd be enthralled as surely as our sentries were. They must have planned this far in advance. Security was my responsibility, and I know how dangerous primals can be. I should have. My fault. My stupid mistake. Nay, lass, we were all caught unawares. We'll take this as a lesson, and watch our own more carefully in future. You can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldiers who first spoke up in favor of the Kalyana keeping their weapons springs to mind. Didn't even think of that. For some reason, I thought that thralls were just like mindless drones who just couldn't do anything their own. But no, if they're thralled, they just do. They can just pretend they're. Or they just act normal, I guess. I thought there were like obvious signs that they were thralled. Guess not. A primal servant is betrayed by his aura. If you mean to conduct an investigation, I can identify any others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. Thanks to Stola. Appreciate the help. Speaking of help, I almost fell over when Fordula turned up. Or Fordula. Fordula. Yeah, I thought they were zombies, but no, I guess not. They have their own free will, they just would do anything to summon the primal. What was she even doing here? I asked her to come. Well, that explains it then. Yes. Yes, it does. It's sad, but Regenford was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. But I don't think Fordula picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She wanted to fight for her country. If you say the world in which Fordula grew up in... Fordola, I don't know why I'm calling her Formula. Fordola grew up in is partly to blame for what she became, and as an Alamegan, I feel responsible for improving that world. We can't ignore what's happening right now. We have to show people a better way than vengeance, or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people to let go of their old grievances and make peace with each other. And I'll hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face if that's what it takes. Tis a long and arduous path you have chosen, but one well worth walking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination. Thank you, Al. The first step will be to get our representatives back in the throne room. They're a little shaken, but none of them seemed ready to run. We're all determined to finish what we started. I will see that you're not interrupted, Farnzy. Or, I'll see that you're not interrupted. Farnzy, you and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest, you've earned it. You help too! Don't sell yourself short, big man. Oh, this is where we fought Shinryu, I'm pretty sure.
A fine spot to contemplate the heavens. The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government modelled on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people.
Nice.
It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars, one last time before I leave.
Why'd I leave? I'm not gonna be able to make it through this game.
Forget something? Your Grace, there was no word.
Raubon Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
But, Your Grace...
Raubon, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
Yeah.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Nanamo.
Smile for me, Raubon. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Uldar.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
You know, Raubon's voice actor sounds a lot like, Raubon sounds a lot like Sean Bean. Maybe that's why I like him so much. His voice, he just has that voice to him. Oh goodness, that is background worthy. That is background worthy right there. That shot. Good God. Oh.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise. But we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow.
Yeah, Raubon is pretty good.
No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Get out of there, Al.
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Beatrice, Alphino, 'twas only a jest.
Yeah, take a joke, Al. Come on.
But I must yield the floor to Raubon. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Pippin will watch after Nanimo.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Oh, Pippin, you want to get booted? Nanimo, don't laugh at that.
Yes, the Bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Yes, Lise.
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
If, he says. Welcome home, Raubon.
Handshake or a hug? Oh, come on. We hug here.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
I don't know.
Either you're more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
Yay! Yay! I think it's about time I headed back to Ralgar's Reach. What's next for all of you? Alize will be eager to hear of recent events, so I shall join you if you've no objections. I'd welcome the company. Farnzy, why don't you come along to the Reach as well once you've said your farewells to Nanamo and the others? Upon completion of this quest, you will be able to access the palace's rooftop gardens. Oh. Okay. I couldn't even see these frickers. Oh, get out of the way, I gotta talk to him. Pippin? I must assume Father's responsibilities without delay, lest our rivals, both inside and outside Ul'dah, treat his dismissal as a window of opportunity. Rest assured they will find Tizona's edge just as sharp in my hands. I have asked enough of you, Farnzy. My only words for you now are those of gratitude. Aww. Wait, so did Raubon give Pippin his sword? No. He just named his sword. Okay. I was like, is that like a flame captain sword or something? But no. It seems my road has come full circle. I appreciate the support you showed me. You showed for my earlier decision. Overruled though it was. I got your back, Raubon. Okay. To Ralgar's Reach we go. And this seems pretty patch-endy, I must say. I must say this seems pretty patch-endy. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact, just keep going. We bought this freedom with blood, that of our friends and our enemies. I'll be damned if we're going to give it up again. Another cutscene. Alize! Hello. Stop the auto. Well, here we are again. Alphino has regaled me with a thrilling tale of hidden treasure troves, mid-meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It would seem I missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thancred and Yustola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. Others have said we were lucky to have our Echo Plus champions nearby this time, but we'll need to keep a closer eye on the Kalyana. You can say that again. The whole episode has reminded me just how far apart our kinds still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day. But someone has to make an effort at a reconciliation if these conflicts are ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will only lead to more summonings. Indeed, violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its cost in recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the Broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting the safety of our allies in the Vera and M tribes first. I plan to have resistance scouts keep track of the Kalyana's movement at all times. My parents will be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the resistance army, out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? That would be a question for the Resistance's newest recruit, a military commander with far more experience than me. The music is so good. What? The Bull of Alamigo? We call it an army, but the resistance is really a collection of smaller independent groups. And when Conrad passed his command on to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based in Relgar's reach. He just happened to be serving as the resistance spokesman at the time, and needed someone to take over the role while everything was in disarray. That time has passed. Just music. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under the new government, I'll be nominating Raubon as the overall commander of our forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him. Indeed, he is in all respects the ideal choice. Assuming he accepts the post, Alamigo will have added a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends. I like that. We tend to our promises, and watch as Alamigo blooms. Dress up Raubon. Detachable arm optional. Too far. Too far. Complete. That was definitely end of patch quest right there. Is that Gosetsu? Oh, I'll never forget him. I remember his name. I do give thanks to the kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. But there their generosity ended. Without coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jet sam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in a city of rich merchants. These dango are delicious. Will you have one? More sweetbreads? I surrendered my blade to secure what few coins we have. Bah, 'tis like talking to a child. Why fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know, but I am alive, and I must return to my master's side. Come, Suyu. We shall find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. See, it's been so long since that storyline has happened that I'm not remembering what is going on. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, oh, there's too much happening. There's too much going on. Have you read the reports? First Doma, then El Amigo, and Lord Xenos put to the sword. Well, his own. Do not believe everything you read. I hear the Viceroy was merely wounded, and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests and boast loudly of taking his head regardless. Lord Xenos lives? What? Deplorable that our own officers should be fooled by our Aorzean misinformation. What? Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official, and above all, accurate announcement to quell these pernicious Rumors. Okay, so are they lying then? Who's, like, I'm pretty sure they're lying. They would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains, then. We shall soon put the lie to their claims. Who are you? This game, man. This game. Clear my schedule. Clear my schedule. What? So, Gosetsu and, what's her face? They're the ones that went down in the building when we were dealing with a bunch of shit in Kugane. And we thought they were dead. And then at the end of Stormblood, the end credits had Gosetsu sitting on a beach with her. So they were obviously still alive. I think it was on a beach or something. Like they were washed to shore. And he was with her. And that was a big, like, oh my god. But that was like, I saw that like a year and a half ago. So, like, something is up with the like, did she, like, bonk her head and is, like... Oh, my God. There is so much. Good God. And then that right there, the Imperials... Oh, he's not actually dead. They're lying. I feel like they're lying. And then the someone just sitting there out of the camera shot, but he just saw his fist like Arthur. And then walks away like, who was that? Who was that? Game, what are you doing to me?